There's got to be a grocery store. How about the Statue of Liberty? Why don't we just put this? No, I'm just kidding. That's not going to happen. That would be ridiculous. But let's put the Capitol building. No, I'm kidding again. Stop doing that. There's just so many things that I want to play around with. Hello everybody, I am Kindly Keyin and welcome back to Tiny Town VR. We're going to be jumping back into our Hello Neighbor world. Now, I have some kind of sad news in regards to our Hello Neighbor world. The last time that we played, I made a few additions to the neighborhood, as you can see. However, I came back into the game and it was all gone. It had not saved. So I had to basically redo everything that we did in the previous episode, which was a real bummer, but I think that I made some modifications that actually end up being a little bit better. I kind of like them a little bit more. This house, I think, looks cooler than it did before. I did that house again. Otherwise, it's pretty much exactly the same as it used to be, just with some minor adjustments because, well, I didn't know exactly what I did when I last did it in the previous episode. So we got it back to pretty much where we were, although I noticed that I didn't do all the piping and stuff over here. Also, Hello Neighbor Beta 3 has actually come out since the last time that we played this game, and I think that we need to make some updates to the house here. Probably the main thing that we need to do is add trees to the very top of the neighbor's house, because if you guys recall, in Beta 3, there are now plants at the very top of his house and then a ladder that takes you up the windmill and up to this area. It's all very, very cool. I'm just not sure exactly how we're gonna do that. We're also gonna be adding to the neighborhood here today, so there's a lot of fun stuff that we need to do. Now, the top of the neighbor's house is like flat now, and there's trees up there, so I'm wondering if maybe we should just use like something like this, but I don't know. Maybe we should just put trees up there? I don't know. But you guys have continued to offer some great tips, great advice. One of the ideas that I saw was actually for this little mound of dirt. I'm gonna move that tree and I'm gonna open up our menu here, and I think that if we go over to railroad, there was dirt. Where was that dirt? I wanna find, wait, where are you going? Where are you going? Where's the dirt? Show me the dirt. I haven't been more excited to find dirt in my life. Where are you, dirt? There's the dirt pile. So we were talking about this and how it's too big. It's too big, right? However, if I turn off snapping, which I need to do in here, turn this off. It's been a while since I've actually played this game. However, what we can do is we can just sink it under the ground here, and we have ourselves a little dirt pile there, and that's gonna be where our golden apple tree actually grows. And then another idea that you guys had, I'm actually gonna grab this guy and put this right on top. That's gonna be our golden apple. One of the ideas that you guys had was what we could do was actually take a regular tree, because as you probably already remember, the regular trees aren't very big. That's as big as we can get them. But what we can do is we can take bushes and we can add bushes to the top of the trees and basically build out the tree to make it like a lot bigger. I'm gonna try this out. We'll see how this turns out, but I think that's a pretty cool idea. So basically we can just add all these little bushes to it and just grow it out bigger and bigger. And I'm just gonna very meticulously, I'm not being meticulous at all, but I am just kind of putting these things all just in a big mess together to create the illusion, oh, that's a tree, I don't want to take the tree, that this tree is much bigger than it actually is, and I hope that this works out okay. It is kind of tedious, I'm gonna be real with you guys, but the end result could be pretty cool. Yeah, so it's coming together okay. I'm just adding more and more, and I mean it's definitely given the effect that the tree is very large. However, it's very lopsided too. I need to add more bushes to this side. Oh man, you poor tree, you're gonna fall over, buddy. Okay, so there's our tree. I'll zoom in a little bit closer. It still looks like it's gonna kind of fall over, but that's okay, because it definitely does give the effect that it is much larger than the other trees around. So that's pretty cool. There's our golden apple tree. Now we need to focus back on the top and updating our Hello Neighbor house to Beta 3, which obviously the biggest addition is these plants at the very top. We probably also want to add try to see if we can add like the little generator, right? Because there's a generator on the outside of his house now, but I don't know if we'll be able to do that with the tools that we have in this game. We'll think of something. But now we have to figure out how we're gonna put trees on the top of the neighbor's house. Maybe what we should do is just kind of like make a deck. So I think what I'm gonna do is grab this guy, fix him first, and then just make a whole bunch of these. Actually, I wonder if I should put snapping back on, because this could be pretty difficult without it. So I'm hoping that I can snap on top of the roof here. Yeah, that should work. So if I take these pieces and just kind of stretch these out like this, maybe that will create kind of a flat surface that we can then add the trees to. Now, I don't know if I want it to come out this far, though. That might be too far. So I think I'm going to get rid of this row right here. Just toss these guys out of here. Whoa, accidentally. No, I don't want to. I want to grab the little piece. Thank you. Get out of here. And actually, what I'm going to do is just put like a little wall right there. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Can I extend it down like that? Yes, I can. Absolutely. That works out pretty good. So now we have something to build our trees on top of. We don't need those pieces anymore. So now let's grab some trees. I don't think we're going to be able to have dirt. I mean, I guess we could take a dirt mound, but like we'd have to put lots of dirt mounds next to each other because it's just too big. It's too big. It's too in the way. I wonder if they have like dirt paths. That would be kind of cool. Wait, what is this? This is a trash pile? It kind of looks like dirt, doesn't it? I mean, it sort of looks like dirt. I wonder if I can just replicate it and just stack it. I mean, I realize that we're putting dirt all over the top of the neighbor's house. I'm actually going to turn snapping off and just see if I can kind of make it look kind of like it's dirt. This is extremely tedious. All right, now I'm committed. Now I have to do the entire deck just like this. Just lots of trash, but we're gonna pretend that it's dirt because it more or less looks like dirt, to be honest with you. So I'm happy with this. I'm just gonna keep replicating these guys and keep stacking them on top of each other to create this little dirt area. Do 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 do. Do you like my singing while I make some trash? Alright, it's getting there. It looks like a bunch of dead fish, to be honest with you. It's just like a bunch of dead fish stacked on top of there. Hopefully, by putting the trees down, it will give the illusion that this is not a bunch of garbage on top of the neighbor's house, and is, in fact, dirt. But hey, let's be real. What is compost? Compost is garbage that has turned into dirt. So that's what we're doing today. We're making a compost pile. All right, so we have our dirt there. I left a little gap there because on top of his roof, there was gaps where there are no trees. So I was just thinking that that might make a little bit more sense. So let's grab some trees here. Oh, you know what? Actually, the trees that are in Hello Neighbor Beta 3 actually have like fruit on them. So I guess what we can do is grab an orange tree here. Are there any other types of little trees? There are. They're apple trees. So we'll grab some orange and apple trees, and we'll just put these guys down like this and start getting this thing all set up and squared away. It's gonna look fantastic. It's gonna look absolutely beautiful. I'm loving it. They're all just packed up real nice. Get some orange trees going here. Yeah, let's put an orange tree over there. Get a orange tree over there. Just really just no care whatsoever on how we place these guys, because honestly, that's how it looks in Beta 3. That's how it looks, so I think that's pretty good. Look at that. There we go. The Beta 3 house. Oh, you know what? Also, I forgot to do the piping thing. I know we did the whole piping thing in the last episode, so I should probably go back to, I think it was in town, and get the piping all situated again, because I forgot to do that after we lost our build from last time. Do 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 do. I don't know if this is gonna be exactly the same as we had it before, but honestly, I'm just trying to do the best I can, and I mean, we're taking some artistic liberties. I know I've said that before, but we're making Hello Neighbor's house in a game that is not designed to make Hello Neighbor's house in, you know? I mean, it is designed to make whatever you want, but we're using pieces in ways that are maybe not the most traditional ways, and we're, I think, doing all right. I think we're doing a pretty good job, so I am just making the best of it, and I think that's pretty good right there. Yeah, that looks great. That looks fantastic. You know, you got weird looking piping. It's all good. It's all good. I think there's also smokestacks on top of these two houses here. So I'm just going to add one to this house. So just stick that guy right there. And I think I'm also, oh my goodness, I did not want to make that many. I think I'm going to stick one on this house as well. Get these guys out of here. They need to leave. Never come back. Also, I just noticed that I don't have a pipe here. I need a pipe here. Gotta hold this thing up. It's gonna fall apart. Okay, there we go. It's good. It's real good. Man, I love this build. This is just so much fun. Okay, now the question is, can we get the generator on the side of the house set up? I don't know if there's something that would look like a generator. Let's do a little bit of looking here. I imagine that if we're gonna find anything that's gonna work, it's gonna be in the town area. Although there could be other, ooh, you know what? The air conditioning unit actually looks pretty good. It's very, very small though. It's much smaller than I expected it to be. Man, that is so tiny. We'll come back to that. Maybe that's what we have to end up using. Roof air vent. Ooh, that looks pretty good. That looks like a generator to me. You know what? Stick that guy right there. And then we just need like fencing around it, right? So is there some kind of like gate type thing that we can use? There's this. I don't think that's gonna work. That's a tree cage, okay. Ah, here we go. This should work, right? Yeah, that'll work really well. Okay, so let's take one of these and we're just gonna wrap this guy with this stuff. So we're just gonna take it and just put it all around on each side. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's one of the things that I really like about recreating Hello Neighbor in this game, is that Hello Neighbor already has this weird kind of like free-form art style that is just like kind of willy-nilly. Not to say that the developers aren't talented and that they have very great artistic skills. I'm just saying that a lot of the stuff in Hello Neighbor's house and the design around it is wonky. Like, you know, the way that the house is held up by stilts and the way that the pipe wraps around his house. It's all just very kind of random looking. So that's one of the things that's kind of nice about recreating it here in this game, is that we can just kind of do the same. We can get kind of ridiculous with it. So we're gonna pretend that we've already opened up the door here. We finished that one room puzzle and the door's open. We now have access to the generator. We can turn off the freezer. We can get the key card. We can make it to the basement. Okay, that is looking pretty good. So now the house is officially updated to beta 3. If you guys have any other suggestions that we can add to the house to make it look a little bit more like beta 3, let me know in the comment section down below. I love that we got our golden apple tree set up, so that's pretty stinking cool. Also in beta 3, they added some more houses, so we actually have neighbors on this side of our house now, so I think that we'll probably add those. Okay, so the houses that they added next to us aren't very elaborate. They're actually pretty simple houses. So I think that we'll just go with something pretty basic. Let's check out what's available in the farm. Get out of here. Okay, we've got probably like this guy would be a good one. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good one. That's not what I wanted to do. Come back to me. And we should turn snapping back on. Let's go ahead and turn snapping back on. All right, that's pretty good. You can get that guy right there. Okay, look at that. We got ourselves a normal neighbor. Who would have thought the possibility? And then I think I'm gonna put this house over here. So this guy is gonna go next to them. Now I don't know if there are fences in between these guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and bring a fence all the way to the end of what we've got set up so far, and probably just twist it here. So let's go out like this, and then let's take a fence all the way to the road, just like that. Okay, that's pretty good. And then they've just got a lot of trees kind of in between them. There's a lot of trees just kind of strewn about here. So I'm going to go ahead and just take some trees here and just kind of place these guys willy-nilly all about. this area. It'll look pretty nice. I like just kind of bringing it to life here. I think one of the things that you guys suggested that I do was add some more characters to the area. I'm not sure if I want to do that quite yet because, as you guys probably know, in Hello Neighbor, really the only humans or the only people in the town, at least at this moment, are you and the neighbor, and that's it. The only exception to that would be cars. There are cars all about the neighborhood and they're kind of driving around and stuff. So maybe it will make sense. Maybe we should just add like a couple of cars on the road. Just kind of make it look like they're driving around the town. And maybe we'll come back to it and add some more life to the neighborhood with additional characters and stuff in the future. We don't know what the developers of Hello Neighbor are going to do. I actually kind of hope that they do add some more life to the neighborhood in Hello Neighbor. It would be cool to like see people walking down the street or just kind of see them inside of their houses, you know, that kind of thing. It would be kind of neat to have that interaction with other people. Other than mannequins, of course. I wonder if there are mannequins in this. I don't think there are mannequins. Okay, so we got ourselves a couple of neighbors. That's looking pretty good. Now, what I kind of want to do is extend out that way. So start pushing the land out more that way. And probably, I think that pretty much like in that direction right there, if you kind of see where my hand is pointing, pretty far behind the neighbor's house is where the Golden Apple supermarket is, and also that weird like pedestal, like monument type thing. So I think that's what I want to do today, is extend this out, get the Golden Apple set up, get that weird monument set up, and then we'll kind of see where it takes us. So one of the first things that I want to do is basically take all this land and just extend it out quite a ways. We're going to go back pretty far in that direction there. So I've zoomed out as far as I can, and this will allow us to have a little bit more reach here, make it a lot easier to add more land. So I am just going to extend this guy out probably to here, because remember, there is a hill. There's a hill right behind us, and we're gonna have to figure out a way to kind of add some curve to the road here and also this hillside. So that's gonna be a whole nother adventure, but we're not quite there yet. So right now I'm just adding in land, and again, you know, it's not gonna be an exact replica of Hello Neighbor. That's just, it's too hard to completely replicate it, but there is going to be a lot of houses in between here. I'm also worried that I'm going to hit something. I think I need to start moving my camera a little bit because I'm probably pretty close to a wall here. But yeah, there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of houses kind of in between where we are now and where we are going. I think that that is not what I wanted to do. Come, get that thing back where, hey, get back where you belong. So actually, I think we've gone far enough here. So actually, I'm gonna bring this down just a little bit. This is kind of where the hill is gonna begin. And then I'm just gonna stagger this just kind of like this, and just bring this out like that. Okay, so that kind of gives us an area to work with, and pretty much the monument is probably gonna go right about here, and then the Golden Apple is probably gonna go like right here. So we just need to get something that more or less looks like a grocery store. So let's see if we can find something maybe in town that would work. There's a donut shop. That's pretty cool, but I don't think that's gonna do the trick. We've got a cinema, which is actually a really nice looking building. I wish it didn't say cinema on the front though, because it does kind of look like the Golden Apple, but let's keep looking. I'm sure that we can find something. There's gotta be a grocery store. How about the Statue of Liberty? Why don't we just put this? No, I'm just kidding. That's not gonna happen. That would be ridiculous, but let's put the Capitol building. No, I'm kidding again. Stop doing that. There's just so many things that I wanna play around with. What is this here? This is a very elaborate looking building. I don't think that's gonna work for our design here. Ooh, this is good. This is it right here. This is the answer we've been waiting for. So, the Golden Apple, I think it faces in this direction. I should probably, do I have snapping on? I do have snapping on. Okay, we're good. Okay, so we've got the Golden Apple set up. It has a parking lot in front of it, and we're gonna wanna put a lot of cars in there because lots of people are shopping for goods. I guess it's a holiday weekend. Maybe it's Super Bowl Sunday. They're getting all their chips and their barbecue wings, all that fun stuff. So, we need a parking lot. Now, I wonder if we can find like a road that would actually work well for a parking lot. Is there like a dirt? Ooh, there is. Small, dark dirt. I think that might actually work. The large dirt, if we put that, I did not realize that there was actually dirt path blocks. That kind of bums me out because there's a small one too, and there's all kinds of little paths around the neighborhood that we're gonna have to do. But I didn't realize that I'd be able to do it. Good to know. Good to know. We'll come back to that. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is get rid of some of these grass path blocks here. And we're gonna use this piece to kind of outline the parking lot. So, no, come back. That is not what I wanted to do. Oh my goodness. I just want to get rid of these pieces. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So I want to take these pieces, and these are gonna basically mark the outside of the parking lot. So I'm just filling in the corners here. And then there's straight versions of this. So I'll show you guys kind of what my idea is here. So this is gonna go like that. And then there's these pieces here, right? Yeah, okay, so these I can connect up to this. And this will basically, well, no, that's not what I want because they're not connected. Take this, neighbor. Oh, that didn't work. Here's what I want. This is what I want. Okay, so this will basically connect these all together. And like I said, this is more or less an outline for the parking lot. So I'm just gonna go like that and then get this all filled in. It almost looks like a racetrack, doesn't it? I think that's kind of the idea of this road, but we're gonna use it for something altogether different. Okay, I'm liking that. And then I think what I'm gonna do is put this dirt road. Let's see if this works. Does that work for like a parking lot? Yeah, that actually works out really well. I like that. And then we'll just put cars on there. I think I'm also gonna take these two pieces out and just put these guys, this one. Let's grab this. Come on, I need to replicate you. Then we'll just fill this in here. And so there you go. That's basically our parking lot for the Golden Apple. And that looks pretty good. Now we just need some cars. So we've got an assortment of cars, definitely a lot of cars. And if you guys recall, the parking lot in front of the Golden Apple, the cars are just kind of parked really, really randomly. So that's basically what we're gonna be doing. We're just gonna be putting cars down super randomly. I'm gonna replicate these guys so that we got lots of options here. I'm gonna park one over here. Oh, not put them inside the ground. They still need to be above the ground, preferably. Let's get some more white cars going here. We'll put them right next to each other there, like that, and like that. Oh, that's kind of bad. Get that guy fixed up. Okay, there we go. Put this guy over here, and then one like right next to this blue car. They're almost in a collision there. Let's see, what other color cars? We got red cars, very, very nice, lots of colors. All right, so our Golden Apple parking lot is all set up. We got a whole bunch of little cars in there. It looks great. I love the way that's turned out. So now we just need to get the monument set up, and I think that's gonna go like right about here. I'm not sure exactly how we're gonna do it. I'm thinking what we may have to use is the Washington Monument, which seems kind of ridiculous, but I think that's what we're gonna have to end up using. No, this is not what I want. I want buildings. Here we go. So we can take the Washington Monument, and we're gonna have to sink it down into the ground because it's way, way too big. I should turn snapping off. Let's go ahead and do that. Turn snapping off, and this thing is just gonna pop out of the ground. I think that it's like kind of facing this way, sort of like that. And then there's kind of like a circular bottom part to it. So we have to find something that's gonna work for that, and we might have to get kind of creative with that because there's not a whole lot of very round stuff that's big. There's donuts, but those are super small, so those are not gonna work. So actually, let's go into here. Ooh, actually, it doesn't have a bottom. Oh, I mean, that could kind of work, but it's not white. And the whole monument is white, so I don't know. We may come back to that and use that. Let's just keep looking. Is this something? A nuclear cooler? That's kind of cool. But it's not white, unfortunately. But that could be good too. Could we use the base of the Statue of Liberty? That kind of looks cool. We may end up doing that just because it looks awesome, but let's just keep looking. Let's see if there's something else. It doesn't look like there's anything else that is gonna work. There's the pool here, or silo, and then there's also the nuclear cooler that could work. But I kind of like the way that the upside down Statue of Liberty looks with this thing. So I think that we're just gonna keep that. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Get this piece back where it belongs. Get back where you belong. But that looks pretty neat. There's also benches around the outside. I think that they added the benches in the latest version in beta 3. So we probably want to find some benches. There's some green benches, but the benches in Hello Neighbor are brown. There's some brown benches. Very nice. Okay, so we're just going to set these things around the outside here. I should probably get snapping back on just to make placing these smaller items a little bit easier. Also, I'm going to zoom in here. You can see the monument is actually enormous. It's way, way bigger than it is in Hello Neighbor, but it looks awesome. So I kind of like this. So I'm just going to take these benches and place them around the outside of our awesome looking monument here. Okay, so there you go. We got our monument set up. It looks really, really cool. I think that I think one of the last touches that we probably need here is just to add in some trees here and there just to kind of fill in the neighborhood a little bit. We're not going to get too crazy, but we probably just want to add some trees around here just to kind of flesh it all out. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me grab this tree here and then just extend that out, and I'm just gonna place these guys all around our beautiful little monument. So this should bring a little bit more life to this area. Also, that tree is floating, probably not something that I want to have happen. Okay, so we have quite a few trees placed, but I want to get some of these different looking trees over here. So let's go ahead and place some of these guys just kind of the same way, very, very randomly. Alright guys, so as you can see, I placed a whole bunch of trees out there. Look at our monument. It's kind of crooked, which actually adds some character. So I think we made pretty decent progress today in updating our neighborhood, also adding some more stuff. So as you can see, we've got our two neighbors over here on this side now. Of course, we've updated the neighbor's house a little bit. We added the trees to the very top of his house. Now, if you guys have more suggestions, oh, also the generator, but if you guys have more things that I missed here that have been added since beta 3, let me know in the comment section because I will be more than happy to add those. Also, we got our golden tree going, and then of course we've got our monument, our little crooked monument over there, and then the golden apple over there, which is looking pretty good behind the neighbor's house. I'm happy with the way it's turning out. I hope that you guys are too. Let me know what you think in the comment sections below, but that is gonna do it for this episode of Tiny Town VR. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, and of course, if you'd like to see more, you can subscribe to my channel by clicking on that little circle with my logo in it right below this window. You can also watch more of my videos by clicking on the sides of the screen over there. But that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.